the experience that we're having on this plane. Okay, so it is so huge to just open up. It goes into sci-fi. It's overwhelming, and this is why the problem persists. I call it the plague, and it's the disease that is the mind, and that's what's the root problem behind all problems. The human organism is considered asleep if it's living in the mind only. Now I'm flashing on, of course, the Buddhists and all of the masters who try to talk about this. But also, what I've seen, what I'm looking at is there's two levels, right? There's the mind of God, and then there's our separate little jars here that appears to be um, either under management of the inner vibrational frequency, kind of the heart is the thing that's connecting to the entire field, the plasmatic field. Now, I'm beginning to understand more and more like what is in connection with that as far as the earth. And it's something you have to just open your mind, because it's like this world is amazingly magical, and the substances that are here, like say the food that we eat, um, the stuff that we can ingest, like we can drink juices, like a smoothie, and it's really, really good for you. Find the right things. Nowadays, information is overwhelming because there's things overlaying, and it's like a lie, a truth, a lie, a truth. See, and that's possible by way of just checking out your ability to feel, and especially the emotional system. It's coming up more and more that of course, the emotions are the first thing that a baby uses to communicate. It's the higher intelligence that is guiding the entire embodiment into feeling good and remaining at least at an optimal level where it can survive and like live. What I mean is live. Um, to continue growing, to be here and be protected and stuff like that. It's a human situation, and even animals, though I know they have emotions that they will show. They can be frightened, or they can be loving and feeling really content, right? Or fearful, right? Or angry. Angry, of course, sad, yes. Um, and they're not struggling to think about that, or even communicate it. It's felt the more it's feeling. It's the more that now I want to talk about our nervous system. The more that that's turned on, um, our heart, but there is such a complex thing going on with our bodies, and you do not want to enter into it anytime soon, because most likely there is dis-ease, which is trying to tell you that it's time to fight. It's time to take care, like do some kind of communications on a level that it could be uncomfortable. Like, well, what is causing this, right? Um, really. Uh, and that's very unknown. But the healers, the real healers who have simply healed themselves, will begin to try and tell you, and we are here because, well, yeah, it's my generation. It's either that or they're just utterly sick and they have succumbed, and damn, it gets worse and worse when the system, it's just obvious when the system has sucked you in. And there's also there is a thing happening with the this situation on the planet. Like I said in the beginning, it's overwhelming for people that are being quiet enough to actually hear. They might have a question too, and they feel. Getting back to the feeling things, a feeling is healing. And unfortunately, people, we're here to tell you that it's not easy, right? A lot of people do not even go to the feeling. They're taking pills right now, right? And they're getting more and more sick. And it's a whole different fucking frequency of um, being here. And it's I don't want to begin to see. There's plenty of other information that is pointing this out scientifically. There are scientists now, getting back to my generation, that are operating on all levels of possible feeling. It includes, now we're talking about, there's clairaudience, right? There's telepathy, there's remote viewing, there's intuition, there's astral travel and getting visions. You get messages in your dreams. And what is it? Where is it? What is it all here? There's like, I would like to talk about the possible two fields of information that are flowing simultaneously, and one can absorb the other, but the other one has a very hard time absorbing the other. In fact, it's lost its connection. It's like that battle has there. Like I said, about the dis-ease. There are malignant cases, right? You hear that literally with when you go and so-called you can get diagnosed at the doctor, which is a very dangerous thing. That you need to know about ways that we're supposed to maintain ourselves that promotes staying above the level of getting diseased. Your body is going to be telling you in a many different ways, which is this is what all the different diseases are coming up that they're just trying to tell you. It's so weird how, babes, they cause them by way of putting things in your food and your medicine, and even, but babes, there isn't any more toxic of a thing than getting back to the narcissist, the mind that doesn't see itself, and that is the root cause of all problems. If you've ever been around a gaslighting narcissist, you have to completely disconnect, because they are trying to kill reality and the truth and everything you've worked so hard on, which is you yourself includes. That's what's going on. Is if you ever knew what the truth is, it's a possibility that you're a character there, and they're not going to look at that. It's gaslighting across the board means that they can say anything. Welcome to court, huh, Jesus? You bet, girl. That court is full of shit. Well, what happens with, why do you get organizations like that to settle everybody else's business, that all they can do is gaslight because they're walking fearfully? They're not really looking each other in the eye and saying, no, aren't we on the same page? No, a lot of people's, their geometry is off. We're getting back into the dis-ease thing. And it goes much deeper than the body, really. A lot of people are not even in their bodies. That's part of it. They're so fucked up right there, right? I mean, you can see it's like, oh, God. Um, is that, they call it being healthy, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to pick on body types and stuff. I really don't like being, because I'm really not that way. I'm the kind of person that's like, you're doing what you want to do, good, because that's what we're all here to do. And the main thing is to feel good. Are you doing that? And you keep trying to get on the level of feeling good and saying and celebrating with these people whose ultimately their geometry is off, and basically you'll find a big no, 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 no. And it's like it's an energetic, really you're just hitting a ceiling, right? The elevator is not going to go all the way to the top. I've talked about that a lot on my writings, and I think it's better to every once in a while look at my videos and get a load of my character, and every once in a while go out and meet a human being. Oh God, good luck. I haven't. I haven't ran into any yet. I've been making videos, lots of these videos. I'm like, since the first video I made is like, what, 7 years ago, that says, I would sure love to find a friend. That's my Aquarius moon, and that's Aquarius in general. That's where we're at. It's like Pluto's gonna be like, by the way, what is a friend? What is a friend? See, we have people that are family oriented, and they have their own. This now this can go with narcissism. It's like, well, they forgot what a friend is, and they're doing attachment development. God, what a fucking disgusting subject matter. But you get the feeling that women, narcissists who are women, see, they have this mind that they have to contend with. What it is it's a memory. It's poor programming. They are under an impression of who they are by way of programming that happened that was not so good, very bad, right? They were treated very poorly, right? And God, the circumstances. Pardon me, I don't want to pick on people or even get into this, but this is what drags down the evolution of just the possibility of us knowing the difference. Is there human beings here, or are there just mainly the possibility of it emerging through the way of feelings? I don't want to get into the details too much. That brings you into getting attacked by your own conscience and stuff, right? And how it sounds prejudice, and even like, oh, I'm superior and it's got to be like this. And it's like, no, like I said, it's got to be just, let's just say, what's your contact high? When you are contacting people in real time, and after a while, at the end of the day, can they feel good about the association? Or like a narcissist, do we feel bad about it? Like something deep down goes, that was a drain, and what? Oh, and I think I'm getting farther and farther away from the very possibility of everything here that I know. And it's not just a possibility; it's just the engagement is they're not locative of reality. Some of them are just drifting off. They want your mind to be more real. They want you to start playing this game with them. If you really look at it, it's about it will involve just the superficial stuff. I'm sorry. Here I go again. It's like, no, if you like to go to a resort and drag people away from the fact that they live on a fucking resort, and listen to what you're saying, a resort. What does it mean? Let's get deeper. Narcissists are doing the amusement park ride that is the planet Earth unconsciously, though. Unconscious. It's more like they have to do the philosophy of money. They call it energy. It's just energy, don't you get it? And I'm like, incomplete sentence. What kind of energy are you talking about? Are you tapping in order to just ignore your responsibility, but now money is going to take care of it? I'll tell you, it's human energy. It's the energy that humans know how to tap when they do the love thing, which that's what human beings are. I hope that this helps people. That when you're concerned about narcissism and stuff, your narcissist is a mind fully encapsulated, but the heart is the human part that is a presence that is here. The mind can't be a presence here, so that's a problem with if you really want to look at the truth of things. Even if it's already built, like scissors or whatever, they can't even back engineer anything because they're not even looking at it. They're doing something under instructions. Of course, yes, it is a lot of time. It is back engineering, and they don't even do that right. Like I said, I mean, God, they don't realize that the materials that you're being told to use, just being satisfied with being told all the time about things and not even questioning it, is less and less sturdy. Of course, it's the money-making scene that says, well, in 2.5 years, call me in 2.5 years and we'll fix this again. No! Stop it. Stop it, because look at all the human energy that has to go into just fiddle fucking with your half-baked idealism there, or whatever. I mean, what I mean is your half-assed work. People should protest and say, sit down. You know, how is this worth it to us unless you do get machines to constantly monitor every nook and cranny, from the false shit to the back, and how to keep it chugging away so that we don't notice that it's taxing us on top of us working on it. Tax upon tax upon tax. Only so much time here. And the people like me, you know, especially if you're on SM a lot, and you know why it's here. It could be completely unconscious, but the main thing is to be on it. Journal. Like I notice, like some women, probably my age and or whatever, um, they are just kind of journaling, but they'll try and generalize. You know, well, the point I'm making for that, in case everybody needs to try and understand this, is, and it's called generalizing. Um, just back away and figure there is the truth that we can all just rub our eyes and look. If you have eyes, I'm only talking if you have eyes, babes. The truth changes when you start changing fields, and what I mean is dimensions. Now, when we talk about fields, um, the human organism is capable of creating a field, a radiation, that is, if it's disconnected, the more and more it's disconnected, say, from being communicative over the ionosphere, that is the natural, I want to say, resonation of all creation, like what is here. And that includes if there is something wrong, like there's something going off kilter, but if that communication is happening, you're not, there isn't any allowance for that stuff. See, this is one thing that we have to realize, that there doesn't have to be any sickness here. You don't even have to be, you don't have to grow old. You grow up, you expand into something that is more and more realized into that we don't even die. This is the rumor about like what we're capable of, like what's going to happen otherwise, um, uh, other than, I mean, it more on the critical mass knowing we might see it. And I don't know if it's good or bad, um, to be on the edge like that, but no. See, there is where we're snapping in and out of disease, dis-ease. If we get into our real capacity of being, which is actually beyond our physical bodies here, like this realm, for whatever reason, we're here doing this dance as a dream. I feel there is a higher self that is like doing a puppet show here, kind of thing. It's very personal too. I don't carry the belief of one soul. It doesn't make sense. I think that there's, um, I feel, it's not a belief, I be with that there's one field here. Now, if you notice it, like I was talking about the ionosphere, and then there's one truth, one reality behind it all. And you have the profound responsibility to become one with that, and then you graduate away from that programming. See, the way that you become one with it is you see all the programming, all of it, all of it. That includes the lower matrix of man. And then you think that the battle is, well, we have these evil. neckties system and the overtake and how that human flesh is being directed and the narcissists are running place into the ground and there's a lot that who are see, narcissists are getting entangled with each other. We don't even know what's going on here, babes. When we say these names, sociopath, narcissist, the human, psychologists are saying, well, there's enough human qualities missing that says that they aren't human. Talk about generalizing things. Now, what is human? Well, I like to put the E at the end to say humane. Something that's going to keep working out possibilities and problems start to get solved that, like a gardener, the darn things, the garden stays healthy and it's not using chemicals, okay? It just knows how to mulch, knows um, what to kill, where to kill it, why to kill it, how to kill it. Think about that. And it also, see, that's the creator. It knows how to create and it knows how to, why to destroy, when to destroy, where to destroy. Of course, it has to do that. That is, talk about your freedom and responsibility. As an individual, it's none of anybody's business but your own. And if you get this, you can advance up. That's to being a creator of worlds. Yeah, worlds. I said worlds, but how about realms? Realm. I like Harold Cults, and I mention Harold Cults again because you should listen to him. I've seen him enough, and until I see that he's only. I'm not going to say a human. He's only a man, and he has done work on his self that I'm looking at it, and he's still. I can see where he's right on the precipice. But he's on the side of the organism that is just. He's like, I won't be able to get past my mind. I can see where I can just see it, and it's amazing because you think this is our answer. This person right here is the savior. There isn't any question. But the truth is any scientist that is tapping the truth and setting the mind aside and being here now and saying, no, it's different than the mind. They are a savior, and there's many, and they have been cut down. See, Harold Cults, I can see that he's he got this far, and this is not going to get any likes, and I don't like it either. But he's part of the organism. I'm just thinking of my math teacher now, Mrs. Buby. I saw her up here. She traveled up here. She was just a human being, babes. You could see it, and she was a very beautiful woman teaching math in 5th grade. And I think every guy had a crush on her, right? Why do they do that? See, I had a 7th grade teacher that every girl had a crush on him. Why? Because he was a bodybuilder and he was a math teacher. And anyway, so this Mrs. Buby,